So I have one final piece to play from this series, which is jazz piano solos, and the book I'm playing from is Jazz Pop. Great for students who want to explore jazz that are late intermediate to early advanced levels. And as I've said before in this series, the page turns always seem to be a little bit awkward. So if you are anybody listening from Hal Leonard, can I just suggest do not throw anything more than one page flip that you need to go back and forth. 2 page flips to get to a spot is too much. But anyways, what I do like about this series is that these songs are not that hard to play. The chords they're jazzy sounding, but they're not so out of reach for somebody who's classically trained that they struggle to play them correctly. The counting can be a little bit tricky, but I think with that regard that they also did a good job of notating stuff that can be a little bit tricky to notate correctly and then be able to pull it off and make it sound like jazz. So the piece that I'm going to play right now is Rainy Days and Mondays. It's a great classic song from the 70s by Karen and Richard Carpenter. One of the things that I do like about this series, or another thing that I do like about it, is that there's not a lot of phrase markings in these pieces. So they give you the notes, they give you the correct counting, and it's up to you to take ownership and shape your phrases, and I like that. The other thing that I like is that none of these pieces actually have metronome markings on it, and again, I think kids nowadays, they sometimes get a little bit hung up on the metronome markings. They just give you speed suggestions like moderately fast, so that's a very subjective thing, and I like that. And then another thing that I like about the series is that the chords or not the chords, but the music itself actually is spread out a little bit, so you don't get something that's arranged that's right here within an octave and a half. It spreads out a little bit, so that's nice. So in this piece, the counting is not that tricky. It's pretty defined where beat 1 is, and so that's sort of nice. One of the things that I didn't like about this piece was that there is a key change, which is great, but it's sort of awkward and it's a little bit abrupt. So perhaps Hal Leonard could have done a better job with that, but hey, they didn't ask me to do this stuff. So I'm stuck, I'm sight reading, I'm stuck playing, and I'm going to stay pretty true to what's actually here, just so that that you can hear what the pieces sound like. So, alrighty, let's give this a try.